Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here. Today we're going to be talking about some pretty exciting stuff because it looks like Apex Legends in Season 22 is going to be returning to some of its old roots and bringing back some old style stuff that is going to be a ton of fun. Along with that, it could mean some stuff like the Winter Express returning. And, you know, not just like for an LTM, but like actually the train going around the world's edge. Overall, it could be really cool. We're going to go over all of that. We're also going to give out a Lifeline Prestige skin. All you guys got to do is like, comment, subscribe, and you're entered for a chance to win. Without further ado, let's talk about what Apex Legends has in store. So in the last couple of years, Apex Legends has been going in a pretty dramatic different way. We have seen a lot of buffs and nerfs, we've seen the new mixtape mode added in, arenas added in and then removed, but it looks like they may be actually trying to go back to their roots, which actually could be a very healthy thing for the game. Now, Ritz King let us know in the Discord that he didn't find anything related to the Apex OG LTM, most likely because it was in the memory dump strings, but you can't really get into that because it requires a DLL injection to bypass the EA anti-cheat, which basically gets your account hardware banned, which, you know, if you had heard about some other leakers getting banned, that's exactly what happened. But he did actually let us know some cool things that were in the file, such as the akimbo weapons, along with a vertical fire star, which we're going to cover in a minute. But NWP actually did let us know quite a while ago that it does seem that there's going to be a mercenary mode and bare bones mode. This was actually leaked a couple months ago, but apparently due to the EA anti-cheat DLL injections, other leakers have found OG versions of all weapons released up to Season 2. This is included in the Season 21.1 patch, and everything in there would be the original 19 weapons plus the Havoc in the L-Star. And with this, I do hope that the 19 weapons in the Havoc and the L-Star come with some old original maps. I would love to see the World's Edge train be brought back for limited times on the entire map. There was something about Winter Express being data mined with a twist to it when it comes, and it would be very interesting if it was actually the full map with some extra stipulations, like maybe 3 strikes mode with the World's Edge train, which I think would be fantastic. Along with that, if we could get the OG Kings Canyon map, I think that would be a great return to form, at least part-time or throughout the season in regular interval. In fact, there's that new ranked rumble mode, which I think could be the savior of Apex Legends and really help bring it back to a good light. And if they had older maps returned with this OG version for ranked rumble, along with 3 strikes, solos, quads, all that, it would be absolutely fantastic. They could even take it a step further by bringing back some OG legend abilities like Lifeline, for instance, with her res shield back, to make all the original players of the game really look back and get a chance to enjoy what we grew up playing. It's great that Respawn is doing stuff like Lifeline Reborn, where she's getting entirely new kits where the passive drone follows people around, she can glide, she gets shockbot, but as things continually change, it kind of alienates the older player base, as it feels like we lost a bit of the game that we grew up loving. They actually did this briefly in Season 9 with the Genesis Collection event, where they brought back some of the OG maps, and it was one of my favorite events ever. Even though you could say that old maps that were originally created isn't new content, because we haven't seen them in so long, it really makes them feel fresh and really gives you a sense of nostalgia. And when you look at Apex Legends player count right now, it is the lowest according to Alpha Intel since December 2021, and it continues to spiral down. And it's because, and I think Lemonhead, Soar Lemonhead specifically, makes a really good point here. There's no new content, and players and content creators are constantly complaining on Twitter. ALGS hasn't been entertaining to watch since almost 10th season, and he goes on to say that the way that the meta is changing, it will not bring in new players the way it used to during the Octane, Gibby, and Bloodhound meta. The current ALGS meta is so visually clutter-based that it makes the viewer experience terrible. Apex Legends obviously struck gold when the game first released. It was incredibly popular and super fun to play. But EA seems to be really focused on expanding outside of traditional battle royale. In fact, Andrew Wilson, the EA CEO, specifically stated that looking ahead, the game's expansion would be beyond the traditional battle royale framework, hinting at new avenues for exploration and growth. And while new exploration and growth is fantastic, you're leaving behind the core player base that grew up playing this game and has done so for so long. It's kind of easy to see as they added more new stuff and more changes to the game, older players are saying that they are tired of this and don't want to play anymore, and new players aren't exactly being attracted to it. You can go ahead and add in the Akimbo P2020 as Yorotsuki found, which is once again a great way to change the P2020 in Mozambique, but it becomes less of Apex Legends as we recognize it and warps into something completely new. There's also the fact that, you know, Battle Royale could just be slowly becoming less popular. It reached its hype with Fortnite, PUBG, and Apex Legends so long ago, but there hasn't been any other really big innovators coming out. Even Fortnite isn't immune to this, with its player base dipping as well. And don't get me wrong, Apex Legends has plenty of cool stuff coming. We can be looking forward to the district map, and apparently according to Ritz King, there's going to be a brand new vertical launcher coming to the game, very similar to the jump cannons or the jump towers on certain maps. This could change how we traverse the map entirely. Horizontal and vertical launchers would allow for a breath of fresh air when it comes to movement, but as of right now, the game finds itself in a very hard spot. Even most content creators are moving on to do other things. Even myself have a second channel now where where I'm covering Helldiver stuff, and I'm seeing a ton of success on Helldivers because Apex Legends right now just isn't being able to live up to the hype that it has had for the last couple of years. And you can make the argument that maybe it's due to poor monetization, lack of new content that actually feels fresh, or maybe it just lost what made it truly special when it first came out. If you're enjoying the game right now, that's totally fine and that's perfectly acceptable. But when you do look at the straight up statistics, it is very clear that it is no longer what it once was, at least according to most players. I do hope that when all this stuff comes in, it does make a huge impact. Personally, myself, I think Rumble could be the saving grace of this game with a brand new rank system, something to make it feel competitive. But that being said, if it does end up flopping, I don't know what Respawn or Apex Legends could do. They may need to focus on just making sure that the core gameplay is fantastic and bringing back some things to give us a sense of nostalgia rather than trying to add in all these different game modes that don't always work out. Some people absolutely love quads and solos, and I think that they are a great start for new ways to play the game. The only question is it just a little too late for them to add in these modes? We've been asking for solos for 19 seasons. Respawn said no, they don't think it's good for our metric. And while I did have a lot of fun with solos this season, it obviously hasn't improved the player base. So I guess I leave it up to you guys on what you think could be the biggest change that would help revitalize Apex Legends, because right now it is not looking that fantastic. Let me know down below, what do you guys think about an OG Apex Legends mode? What do you think about some of the other changes coming into the game? And do you think that season 22 is really the turning point for Apex Legends, and what they do in that season is going to matter for a very long time? Also, don't forget to check out this channel right here where I cover more news and information on Helldivers 2 and other video games. And until next time, everyone, keep slaying the Outlands. I'll see you out there.